After customer segmentation, the next step is to develop detailed customer portraits for each of your prioritized segments. This is also known as profiling the segments. Customer portraits are required for in-depth understanding of the current behaviors of your segments and the motivators for such behaviors. They should be developed by the brand team in a workshop setting, after first carrying out market research and insight-gathering interviews with your medical, marketing, and sales force personnel. The insight-gathering interviews should be conducted using a structured discussion guide, capturing qualitative responses. It is important to design questions that will help you to uncover what influences the behavior of customers in your prioritized segment, at your chosen leverage point, and in relation to your behavioral objective. Consider the prescription environment. For example, what is the context in which this customer segment prescribes or uses the products for the selected patient type or usage situation? The desired experience. What does this customer segment want to achieve at this leverage point? Any beliefs or associations? What views does this customer segment have about their patients, the market, treatment modalities, or the available brands? And finally, the prescription, purchase, and usage behavior. For example, how does the customer actually behave in relation to prescribing, purchase, and use of your brand? It is important to note that customer segmentation and portraits are an iterative process, and that the research and insights gathered at this stage may lead you to evolve your original customer segmentation frame. For example, you may discover new customer segments based on physician beliefs or desired experiences, or you may combine customer segments after realizing that they show behavioral similarities in their customer portraits. After completing the research and insight-gathering phase, you can begin to classify the different influences as either drivers or barriers relative to your behavioral objective. Drivers are influences that encourage customers to exhibit the behavior we want, while barriers discourage customers from exhibiting this behavior. Let's say, for example, we're looking at the behavioral objective of prescribing IVIG maintenance therapy. In the customer segment, general neurologists treating typical CIDP patients with a history of frequent relapse. From our insight-gathering interviews and market research, we have discovered that many general neurologists will follow the advice of an influential opinion leader. This environmental factor would most likely act as a driver to prescribing IVIG as maintenance therapy, since opinion leaders are aware of the benefits of this therapy. On the other hand, general neurologists tend to believe that IG is expensive. This belief is a barrier to prescribing IVIG maintenance therapy. Once you have classified all of the influences as drivers or barriers, you can prioritize the key drivers and barriers that you need to leverage or overcome to achieve your behavioral objective. In this case, the brand team decided to focus on overcoming the belief that IG is expensive, along with several other drivers and barriers they had identified as critical to their success. This information can now be fed into your key segments template, which can be completed with the key drivers and barriers for each customer segment. You now have all the key information from your customer segmentation and customer profiling in your key segments template. Having captured your strategic thinking, you are now ready to develop effective and differentiated customer engagement.